Hello, sweet soul. I want to talk to you about a very important topic, concept, notion about trust. Trusting in your manifestations. Whether you be new to the manifestation game or a seasoned manifestor, where you have these big dreams, goals, hearts, desires, that it was easier for you to trust in the little manifestations, like, oh yeah, okay. But these bigger ones, it's like doubt, uncertainty, worry, fear comes up. And if you're new to manifesting, it might be like, well, I haven't seen anything yet. There's no physical evidence, so I don't really trust in it. So you're already blocking and creating resistance to manifesting the smallest things. So if you have a hard time trusting yourself, making your own decisions, you have anxiety, maybe you're in codependent relationships, this is just really shining a light that you don't really trust yourself, right? And I'm not saying this to be like, but for you to hold up a mirror and be like, oh, okay, actually, now that I can see how I respond in the physical world and physical realm, yeah, I don't really trust myself. I give away my trust to everyone else to tell me what to do, if I'm right or wrong. Of course, there's nuances in here where we can ask for insights and opinions to support us in making our own right decisions for ourselves. But if we're constantly always looking to other and outside of ourselves, then that's just a really key sign that you do not even trust yourself for yourself. So how do you expect to trust in your manifestations? So I have a few points here that will really support you in establishing that deep connection of trust to your heart's desires, to this higher part of you and authentic self that is gifting you, showing you, guiding you to your heart's desires, to your manifestations. That even if you don't even watch the whole video and this is the only thing you take from this, your heart's desires are meant for you. They are meant to manifest, physicalize, actualize. You are meant to have, hold, and experience them. And I know that with every thread and fiber of my heart, of my being, that you are gifted your own unique heart's desires for the loving relationship, for the success, for the impact, for your life's path, for your purpose, for your mission, for how you show up in the world. That was gifted to you, and you're meant to fully live it in this divine human experience, in this life that you were gifted. So what gets in the way of trusting what's on our heart? And it is really important to understand the difference between heart's desires for your manifestations, goals, dreams, desires, versus ego desires, right? So if we have ego desired or wounded self, this is goals that is for other people rather than for ourselves. Maybe to make your parents happy, to impress certain people because you want their validation. This is really coming from a place where you're not feeling whole, enough, centered, grounded in who you are. Manifesting from a place, from your heart, from your higher self, from your authentic self, you are already enough. You are already divine. You are worthy. And when you manifest from that place, you're not manifesting from lack and that you need something outside of you to feel already what's within you, but rather to experience, to have, to hold what's truly on your heart. So sometimes this voice, our lower level self, our ego, our wounded self, our conditioned self, this is examples of our parents saying, no, you can't have it, limiting beliefs from society. This voice will overpower your true voice, the whispers and wisdoms of your heart, your intuition from your higher self, your truths. So for example, your truth, you were born worthy of what's on your heart. And it's like we unlearn that and limiting beliefs come in. For example, I need to be deserving of the money, of the wealth, of the love. Deserving, that means you have to do, and we get caught up in the manifestation process of what do I need to do? That's the how. The how works itself out. The doing, it's not about the doing. It's not, I need to do this and do that, and I've done it and it didn't work, so now I don't trust it, and now I don't believe in it, creating even more distrust, and your mind is showing you even more evidence and proof. Look, see, don't trust in yourself, don't trust in that, don't trust in that heart's desire, really dimming and diminishing what is true, which is if you're born worthy, which you are, which everyone is, you automatically are deserving. You don't have to do anything to earn and to deserve what is your birthright, which is love, which is abundance. And I'm not saying that you're not going to take aligned action. You're going to take intuitive aligned action from your higher self, from your authentic self, versus this wounded self, your ego, which an example of mine was hustle. I gotta hustle. I gotta work really hard to deserve and earn the things that I know were pure on my heart. So when you can get clear of this wounded self voice that doesn't believe you're lovable or good enough, that is conditioned, this conditioned voice, it's your parents' voice, it's not even your voice saying, you can't have that, you're not deserving. This old conditioned way of being, of always letting other people decide for you, giving away your power, again, really taking you away from this connection of your higher self, your heart, your authentic self. Where was this voice created? So you'll probably be really able to connect that you have these two voices within your mind, these two different parts of you. And where did that conditioned ego, wounded self voice become? When you were a child, when you were taught unknowingly, knowingly by parents, grandparents, teachers, coaches, the environment you were in, that what you want isn't available to you, that you aren't worthy or deserving, that you aren't good enough. So when you have these desires, these manifestations, this voice is saying, no, you can't trust it. It's like, oh, stop gaslighting yourself and saying what you want, you're not worthy of, that you can't have it, everyone else can have it, you're not the lucky one. This is you reestablishing that deeper connection to the higher part of you that knows what is meant for you, that feels it so deeply. So tune in to people that activate this voice for you. You feel it. It might not make sense up here because this is the lower level mind. This is the higher part of you. Your mind is meant to sync up to your heart, not the other way around. Your heart distrusting yourself. No, that's a backwards relationship. So because I know what your mind needs to hear to line up to your heart, I created this for you. Listen to it each and every day because your mind learns through repetition. So as you repeat and integrate this in and you further connect to your heart, your world opens up because your mind opens up to the wisdom of your heart. You have to strengthen this higher self, heart's voice part of you so that it's no longer overshadowed by limiting beliefs, wounded, conditioned ego, lower level self. You want an integrated ego with your heart. Really start to differentiate those two different parts and two different voices of you. What does that younger inner child, inner teenager need to hear or holding that younger part of you? It might look like a conversation with your younger self. If you have a picture, the younger you, and telling the younger you the truth. Your parents were wrong. You are worthy. You were born worthy. It is your birthright to have, hold, experience the very things on your heart. Young children are so innocent because they just see the world in such a different way. It's not limited, and it becomes limited as we get older because of the limited people around us, and it's up to you to clear those limits. So definitely take the time to do that inner work for yourself so you can really hold a higher space for your heart's wisdom. Create that spaciousness by clearing out limits so your mind can work for you, with you, versus against you. It's just trying to keep you safe by being like, don't trust in yourself, don't trust in your desires because you might fail, you might be disappointed. Fears, the worries, is in a weird way protecting you because that's its job, but it doesn't understand or know better because this programming, this conditioning happened when you were a child, and it might have made sense when you were a child, but it doesn't make sense anymore for you. I trust and know that these insights were super supportive for you. Definitely give it another re-listen to integrate, really feel the truth. And I'm gonna say it one more time because it's so powerful. Your heart's desires are meant for you. You are meant to experience, have, hold, touch, physicalize, actualize the wealth, the love, the relationships, the adventures, the fun. Ooh, I have goosebumps. The loving presence that put you here did not put you here to put those desires on your heart to tease you. If you find that manifesting just gives you something else just to be anxious about, definitely check out my anxiety program down below. As a rapid transformational therapist and clinical hypnotherapist, I chose to specialize in anxiety. And as I cleared and made spaciousness in my consciousness and the patterns of anxiety and the limiting beliefs that were fueling anxiety, manifesting just wasn't something else to be anxious about. So I definitely recommend starting there, because mental health and manifesting, I truly see after being in this field for so long that they really do go hand in hand. I'd love to support you and be a guide in your journey, not only in manifesting, but in your mental health, so you can actually enjoy when you manifest the very things that you manifest, so you can calmly manifest, be in gratitude. Anxious people do not trust. We know that. We don't trust in ourselves. We don't trust. It's just so much worry and fear. And I would just be honored to help support you in aligning to your higher self, your authentic, healthy self, which anxiety is just not. That's not your normal state. And it doesn't have to be your normal or familiar anymore. Check out these other videos that will be supportive for you. So much love. Already celebrating your manifestations.